How y'all doing once again, man? It's your boy L Dog. Welcome back to another episode of Larry Reactions. Here to talk about The Last of Us, episode 3. Now, they had already been saying that this was going to be one of those controversial episodes because they're introducing Bill. And if y'all played The Last of Us 1, y'all know that Bill is gay. Okay? But the way they did the episode, most of the episode was about Bill and his partner Frank. Okay, they did a lot. You know, it's a lot of physical showing of love. I'll put it that way. You know, it's a bit much, but it is what it is. But they deviated. They really deviated from how it went in the game. You know, and in the game, you run up on Bill, and his introduction scene in the game was like it was pretty badass. But they didn't do that in this one. So and I kind of figured they weren't going to do everything according to the game, but some things, in my opinion, I think they could have still done that. So basically it's just picking up where the last episode left off, with Joel and Ellie, they're on the road. And I know I didn't do a review to episode 2, but episode 2 they introduced the clickers, and just like in the game, Tess, Joel's love interest, she met her demise. So it is what it is. Shout out to Tess. God bless the dead. But yeah. But in this episode was mainly about Bill and Frank and how they had a relationship, and and how they ended up dying, and how they lived in this this world where this pandemic, this virus broke out, and they're dealing with it. And they show another side to Ellie too. It was one scene where Joel and Ellie they ran across a store because Joel had supplies in that store just in case something happens. Just in case a rainy day happens. Extra supplies while you're on the road. So they go into the store, and Joel's telling Ellie, be careful, don't wander off. But her being a kid like she is, she goes down into the basement part of the store, and I think she sees something, and she finds something, and she's like, "Oh fuck yeah," you know what I'm saying? And it was tampons. Feminine needs. It is what it is. But you hear like a little light growl, almost like a scuffle. Like a rattling or something like that. And I was like, "Oh shit, it's an infected." And there was an infected trapped under some rubble in the wall or whatever like that. So she walks up to it, and she just kind of looking at it, and she takes out of her knife, and she cuts along his forehead, just to see him bleed or whatever, see what happens. And then after that, she stabs and kills him. So that's a little different. It's a little different, but I guess, and that you growing up in that type of world, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that beast side, the animalistic side, because it's because these things ain't got no conscience. If that thing wasn't in the wall, and if it was able to get loose, yeah, even though she's immune, like Joel said in the last episode, you can still be torn to shreds by these things. Physically, they will kill you. So it is what it is. But going back to Bill and Frank. Okay, so fast forward. They've been together for years. Frank and Bill, they know Joel and Tess. So they were having like a dinner outside. It was like a flashback scene. They were having dinner outside, and Frank wanted to invite people over. He wanted friends. Bill was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So they end up having like a dinner outside of their home, and they just get to talking. And of course, Frank being like the female, he goes off and talks to Tess or whatever like that. And so Bill and Joel are left at the table, and it's a lot of bullshit talk. Flexing their chest out. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Bill's a survivalist, so he knows how to survive. He basically saying, I don't need your help. I don't need you or your friends' help or whatever like that. And Joel just kicking him to some knowledge. Yeah, you all locked up tight here, but sooner or later, some raiders are gonna come, and they're not gonna come alone. They're gonna come because they're gonna want what you have. And Bill is stocked up. I'm talking about stocked up to the brim. I'm talking about doomsday shit. This motherfucker got a basement up under his house. I mean, walls full of guns, ammo, generators, everything. Like everything you can think of, radio equipment, communication equipment, everything you think of. So of course, Joel know what he's talking about. But years pass by. Frank and Bill, you know what I'm saying, they've been together for a while. And then all of a sudden you see Frank is in a wheelchair. You can really see that he's dying. And both of them are older, and they realize that, what I'm saying, Bill don't want to admit it, but it's like they went to bed or whatever like that, and Frank had got up early before Bill did, and Frank was just kind of sitting there. You could tell he was dying, and Bill was like, "What the hell are you doing out of bed?" Like that. And Frank was like, "I'm doing it because this is my last day." And what ended up happening, he just went down the line and said, "I want us to go to the boutique and pick out a suit and all that there." And he was like, "I want you to marry me, and we're gonna come home. We're gonna have dinner, and then you're gonna take me to bed. You're gonna crush up these pills in my wine bottle, in my wine glass, and then I'm just gonna fall asleep in your arms." Basically telling him that's how he wants to die. So when they got down to it, they like I said, they really deviated from the game. It just got down to the point where Bill agreed to do that, but then in the twist, Bill had he put enough pills in there for himself also, because he didn't want to go on living without his partner. So it was sad. I really felt sorry for for Bill. You know what I'm saying? He was it was a sad thing. It was well done. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's always gonna cause a lot of controversy when you're dealing with homosexual love or whatever. But some scenes, like I said, it was a bit much. It was a bit much, but it is what it is. But and then Joel and Ellie, they end up finding the compound where Bill stayed at, because you remember Joel knew Bill. So, and Bill left Joel a note saying he knew that Joel would find a place. If anybody's reading this, and he said, "I'm pretty sure it's Joel," because he know Joel be on the shit. So Joel left him. So Bill left Joel the key to the bunker and the weapons and everything like that. And basically, the episode ends with them driving off. And what I'm saying, the letter says, "Don't come upstairs. Don't open the bedroom door because we left a window open because of the stench." So basically, they end up dying. Frank and Bill end up dying together. So, you know, it is what it is. It was you know, it was kind of, the episode was kind of in the middle. It was more of an emotional thing than anything, but you know, I'm guessing this is a route they felt, you know, they had to take, you know, but it is what it is. It is what it is, though. Definitely looking forward to the next episode, though. And make sure y'all comment if y'all watched the episode or not. Let me know what y'all think about the series as a whole right now, so far. And make sure y'all like and subscribe. God bless the Fed. Whoa.